Starting a farm channel because I want y'all to see my mistakes. And, we're going to do this together because all of those famous YouTubers out there, I'm just showing you what I got going here. They might not show us all of the mistakes. And I figure, why not be, look at my soil hands, why not be one to show you the mistakes and we can do this together. So let's chat quickly about starting seeds. So I have researched as much as I possibly could from so many of my favorite YouTubers and just chatting with local friends as well. I probably, like most of you, have my seeds all ready to rock and roll. And if not, you can always buy them now. And once you have your seeds, I've got some just from the co-op. I've got some Happy Frog organic care potting soil, and that is going to give us a great start for our seedlings. So something to be mindful of is you do want a potting soil. All right, with that in mind, I got all gung-ho and went and ordered these reusable little potters. I also got some of the Sixers as well. I got these all from my co-op and they are very, very inexpensive. And these, I will not rip these so that we can reuse them over and over again. And I just have planned out, and now this might not be 100% right. I'm gonna do kind of a trial and experiment. We started all of our seeds, and I'll show you those in just a second. We started a lot of our red peppers, tomatoes, eggplants, onions. Onions take a long, long time. And so a lot of our nightshades we started. We also started a lot of our cruciferous vegetables, which can, at least in my own opinion, last couple years gardening, started our cruciferous vegetables. Our broccoli, our kohlrabi, our cabbage, kales, cauliflowers, Brussels sprouts, those type of things. So I also got a little ambitious and, well, I guess it's not ambitious, but I wanted to also start a lot of the dark leafy greens, more of the kales per se. That way they will be able to get put into the ground a little bit earlier. And I did start beets because I wanted to try beets in the ground with the seed, and then I wanted to try beets as a seedling or a seedling going into the ground. I have had success with both, and so I thought, why not try both this year as well? So I'm going to show you very quickly. You'll want to, I'm kind of taking away all my light here, aren't I? You'll want to grab your potting soil, and you're going to wet it so that when you can squeeze it, it will kind of stay in that nice lump that you squeezed it in. I'm just going to simply fill up my container here. And I'm sure these videos will get better and better as I go on. I am not a YouTuber, I'm an Instagrammer, but I thought, nothing stays on Instagram stories wise. Nobody goes back into the archives, but here on YouTube, we can do this together. We can learn together. I'm gonna be sharing also the farm renovation updates here. So this is another opportunity if you're already following along on YouTube for all of my workouts, then you can just jump on over to the farm space as you are planting your seeds this year. So I'm putting 4 little holes into this, and I'm going to just simply drop my pepper seeds in about 1/3 of an inch. And then I'm going to tuck them in. I'm gonna tuck them in nice. And then I'm gonna let them germinate. So let me bring you to the next. I did buy quite a few things this year, but in preparation, I bought them because I know that I will have them for years to come. So if you're like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of plastic bins, Chelsea. Well, I actually had half of the plastic bins with clothes stored in them, and we just transferred them to a plastic bag and kind of sealed them. So I bought these plastic bins, so that we could help them germinate before. So before you get them under the grow lights, I'm going to see if I can flip you. Oh, I think I might be able to. So I have this heating pad underneath you can kind of see it down there. There it is, the heating pad, because a lot of the peppers and the tomatoes, now you probably don't necessarily need that, but it helps them germinate a little bit faster, especially peppers. Peppers and onions take a while to germinate and pop up, but you can see tiny, tiny little sprouts coming up. So this morning, this just happened. So these, since they are just starting, these are the San Marzano tomatoes. They will now come under the lights. So I will be putting them in here. And the quicker you can get them under the lights, because I have learned my lesson, the better. Because see, these guys did not get under the light fast enough. And so they got really leggy. And these guys as well. So I'm going to hopefully save them. Just going to plant them a little bit deeper. And down here, we've got some bull's blood beets. We've got some golden beets. The beets are in okay shape for the most part. So see, we've got a lot of beets. So as these get a little bit greener and thicker leaves, I will see, some of these have 2 in 1 little hole, which is great. I'm gonna pluck one of those. I'm gonna thin them out, so that the one that is a little bit shorter and stronger can survive, and that will get planted into the ground. So this is a simple grow light that I bought off Amazon, this grow light here. And I will put down in the comments all of the links for these. I think my next purchase will be a light that has 1 or 2 so that you get a little bit wider. So the key though is to have a string like this so that you can raise it up as the plants get higher. You want the light to be pretty close to them. So my friend Stacy here, who is her and her husband farm, she has said that I need even this light to be a little bit closer. And you can tell that it needs to get closer because they're getting leggy. They want to grow towards the light. I have these 1550 lumens, and that is going to help you grow. And I've got details that I can share below of how much light you want for them. I'm not a big scientist when it comes to that. I just kind of follow the rules of what I find on YouTube. So I've kind of cut holes in the tops of these, and I've gotten one of these little clampy lights, and I put one of the grow lights in there so that it tries to kind of ricochet and stay in that space. I'm going to go through and take a spray bottle and spray these as the soil gets drier and drier. But when you start with nice, strong, moist soil, that is going to be great for germination, and then it will be great as the seedlings start to sprout. So as soon as they sprout up out of the soil, you'll want to get them underneath the lights, and that way they don't grow up towards the light like the windows here. And in a closet might even be best with a grow light, because that way they're not competing for the light outside. They're just focused in on your specific light. So we don't have a big enough closet to do this, but we are experimenting, and that is exactly why I thought I would bring you along, so that you can learn from all of my mistakes and we can learn this together. If you've not been following along on Instagram, we have, and I will show you the next time I'm at the farm, a 30 by 60 foot greenhouse, or hoop house, if you will, that we are working to get up so that these seedlings, Lord help me, if I can keep them going and growing, we can pop them into the ground, hopefully a little bit, because it's a hoop house, a covered hoop house, a little bit before the first frost, the last frost date, if you will, which is for us here in Nashville, it's April 16th. So I'm hoping that I could jump the gun maybe 3 weeks ahead of time and start planting, but we shall see. So this is the first thing. And I have so many more things that I want to share with you. We've got an orchard, we've got berries, we're going to be adding on. And not only are we adding, I'm going to be learning. Okay, so I got cut off just a little bit there. But I was saying that we're going to be learning together as we figure out, this is just like so funny to me, but it's okay. It's going to be this new space that we're in. Learning permaculture and regenerative farming and integrating plants and trees and vegetables and eventually animals into this beautiful food forest out on the farm. So excited that you're going to be here joining us and learning with me along the way. And I will share as much as I possibly can with you as I learn. And I would love any comments, because comments to help me, comments, questions that I can help try to figure out with you. And we will do this together. And it's just a new fun venture. But I think growing food, especially if you have children, what a wonderful, wonderful way to understand life cycle, where food comes from, and what a respect for Mother Earth. So this is a good start. Obviously, seeds starting, and we got to start somewhere. So I hope this was somewhat helpful. I will tag some of the products that I have purchased on Amazon if you want to do the same. And please put questions or comments down here if you have anything. Okay, we'll chat soon. Next time I'll be out at the farm.